Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can.
Hi, good evening.
Good evening. Just waiting for a few more to join in, and then we'll be good to start.
Yeah,
In the meanwhile, Christopher, if you don't have a diary around you, can you just, I mean, just arrange for a diary and a pencil and a pen or whatever works for you.
yeah, I have, thank you.
Hey, Sumati.
Hi, Aishwarya. How are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Sorry, I'm not turning on the camera. I'm driving at the moment.
Oh, okay. So we
It's
are
pretty
going to,
dark.
oh,
Yes.
okay. I just want to let you know that we are going to get into an experiential exercise. Uh,
Right.
while you could listen in, but I would, recommend not to get into the meditative exercise. So,
Okay.
but yeah, when we stop to mute or you unmute to share, you please feel free to share whenever you are ready.
Sure, sure. All right. Hi, Christopher.
Hi,
Hi. How are you doing?
I'm good, thank you. And you?
Yeah, I'm good. I just saw like half an hour ago, I just saw that the session is on, so I just decided to join.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was lucky that I also just opened up my WhatsApp and saw that message. Otherwise, it's gone.
Yeah. I'm just happy to join the session, Aishwarya. Hoping
I'm
to
I'm
learn
so
from you.
glad. I'm so glad you all joined in. It's
Yeah. Are you
always
from
nice.
here? Aishwarya, are you from Malaysia?
No, I am from India.
Ah, right. Okay. And you're speaking from India.
From India.
All right, okay. And you're a trainer, coach?
Yes. So
Right.
I'm a PCC coach. Currently, I'm learning to become an MCC coach, and that's where we're doing these sessions so that we can strengthen our own understanding of the competencies and at the
Yep.
same time be, you know, useful to the rest of the community.
Wonderful. So happy to join the session.
Thank you, Sumati. Hey, Kunal. Hey, Ravindra.
Hello, hi,
Hi.
very good evening.
Very good evening. And thank
Okay,
you for coming on video.
yeah, sure,
Hey,
no
Tiru.
worries. Thank you.
Hi Aishwarya.
Hello. All right, let me introduce myself. I think Kathy also mentioned about this session on another group, and that's how I see some of some of you joining in. So let me just take a quick moment and introduce myself here. My name is Aishwarya Hariharan. I'm a psychologist. I did my master's in social psychology, and ever since I've been in the corporate world, doing learning and development, talent management, coaching, and organization development work. And that's been my profile. I've done my PCC certification. Now I'm on my MCC certification. And that's where we are doing all of these sessions to strengthen our own competencies, our own understanding of the competencies, and at the same time being useful to the community in large. So this is going to be a very experiential, interactive session. I would request each one of us to maybe have a diary or a pencil and a pen along with you so that we could journal some parts. If you could please come on video, that would be great. But I don't know the situations around you, so I would, ask you to decide that as per what you have around you. Uh, hey, Kunal, thank you for joining in. Okay, great. So let's begin. So today is not about learning a new tool or a theory, or it's not about looking at the ICF competencies and the list that has been given in the ICF website. But today it is about noticing who is doing the coaching. Evoking awareness begins when identity loses its grip. We will go deeper into the statement. But before that, can I request each one of you to close your eyes and sit comfortably in your positions wherever you are? We're going to enter into a meditative, reflective exercise. So take a few breaths, breathe in a few times and breathe out a few times. And as you close your eyes and breathe in a few times and breathe out a few times, notice yourself grounding yourself into the seat that you're sitting in. Gently bring awareness to your nostrils. Notice how you're breathing in this moment. Is it fast? Is it steady? Is it slower than usual? A quick instructions to those who have joined in just now. We are entering a meditative, reflective, experiential exercise. So depending upon your situation around you, please feel free to either get into the exercise or just listen in. If you could turn on your videos and become a part of this, it'll be great because we could all learn from each other through this process. Breathe in from your nose and breathe out from your mouth. As you breathe in, become aware of all the positive energy around you. Gently tell yourself, I allow this energy to fill my lungs. As you breathe in, become gently aware of all the positive energy around you and tell yourself, I allow all this positive energy around me to fill my lungs. Now breathe in for 7 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Take a pause, hold your breath for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now as you breathe out, tell yourself, I let go of anything that doesn't belong to me. Any stress, any resistance, any obstacles that doesn't belong to me. Breathe out for 16 counts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. As you're breathing out, tell yourself, I let go, I let go, I let go. Now imagine yourself comfortably moving around in your house, in your living room. Imagine being engaged in a chore of a sort. Maybe you're reading a book, or maybe you're cooking, or you are folding clothes, talking to your pet, or maybe a family member, something that you're doing at this moment. Imagine yourself comfortable in your own houses, performing a certain chore. Suddenly, as you do so, you realize the bell rings. And you wonder that I haven't invited a guest home. I'm not anticipating a guest. Who is this on the door? Nonetheless, you walk towards the door to open it. When you open the door, you see yourself waiting to be met outside the door. You gently extend your hand and invite yourself in for a conversation. While you do so, notice yourself fully. What is it that you're wearing? What are you carrying with you? Do you have friends along? Or have you come alone? How do you feel around you? Make a mental note of your observations about you. Is there something that yourself is telling you in this moment? Make a mental note of that. Now, as you do so, mentally thank yourself for visiting you. And as you pause to open the door, open your own eyes, rub your palms against each other to create some warmth in your hand. Bring your palms closer to your face, holding them on your eyes. As you do so, tell yourself, I integrate all my personalities and energies in this moment. I integrate, integrate, integrate. Thank yourself for visiting you and be ready to gently open your eyes. Now remain with this calmness and wisdom that you've held for yourself in the last few minutes. And we will go about answering a few questions. So you can use your own diary, pen, pencil, crayons, sketch pens, whatever you have right now in front of your desk, doesn't matter. Whatever material is available is good enough. What I want you to do is make 7 sections or use 7 different pages. Whatever is comfortable to you. And write, who am I? It can range from, I'm a parent to for example, I write, I am a brown-skinned Indian woman to I am a psychologist to I'm an OD practitioner to, I'm a friend, a music lover, I am a pet parent, whatever roles you play in your life, whatever you ascribe to yourself, write them down in 7 different pages. Also note down your observations from your visit from yourself. And whenever you're ready, signal through a thumbs up or a heart or whatever emoticon you may want to use. Okay, Sumati is ready. Gautam is ready. The ones who are ready to go deeper, look at all of these 7 sections that you made a note for yourself. Meditate on them. Now, as you meditate and reflect, think about how much energy do you extend to each of these aspects, roles, sections that you created for yourself. You may want to write a percentage or maybe draw a pie chart. It's okay, whatever works. Think about, are there memories, some kind of values associated to certain roles you play, memories associated to certain aspects of yourself, some beliefs, some associations to these. What are those? Write them down. Make a note of it. You can make a note of it separately on each of these sections. For example, for me, I write, I'm a music lover and a dancer. A strong childhood memory that I associate with is singing and dancing in rains outside, my house. It's one of the things that I fondly cherish about my childhood, and I still sometimes do it. So I associate that with it. So whatever associations you may have, some memories, some values you may uphold, some of you have just joined in. Hey Kulwant, hey Suni. Just for your understanding, at this moment, we're doing an exercise where we are writing down, who am I? I've asked the group to section out 7 different parts of you. It can be roles you play. It could be some association like I'm a music lover, I'm a pet parent, I'm a dancer, whatever that may be. I'm a poet. It can be associated to a role. I'm a mother, I'm a father, I'm a parent, etc., etc. Or I'm a friend. All of that can go into those sections. So feel free to pictorially describe parts of you, use a poetry, or maybe just, description. That's also okay. Whatever works for you. Now think about what are these paths, what kind of membership do these paths bring to you? Are there any other associations to these associations? For example, me playing the role of a mother helps me associate to my family in the current moment. I become a member of my family, of the clan I belong to. It provides me membership. Being an OD practitioner, having studied social psychology, gives me membership into the world of coaching, into the world of behavioral science. I'm also a member of ISABS, Indian Society of Applied Behavioral Sciences, and Abhyudaya. So what kind of memberships do you hold with each of these parts? And as and when you're ready, we can open the forum for some discussion. As we do so, I want you to know that this session is being recorded, and it will be used to be posted on YouTube and other media channels. So feel free to share as much as you are willing to and as much as you can about yourself. Thanks, Gautam, for coming on video. As you're engaging with this exercise, what are you becoming aware in yourself? What are you discovering about yourself? That I am some of many parts in me. Yes, Kunal. What parts of you stood out for you?
So when I was writing, uh, I listed from a very traditional lens of professional identity, friendships, uh, other societies that I belong to, other groups. But when you spoke to me about giving a percentage of where you feel most associated or most time, what I noticed was I spend most time in cooking, doing the house chores, cleaning, and also designing the space that I live in, because I work from home, so this is also house and office for me.
Mm-hmm.
So uh, and the amount of time that I spend in cooking, cleaning, and designing, decorating the house, keeping it nice, is significant part of the day and my time contribution in comparison to the time that I give to my friends or even to my family members. So that was interesting to figure out, and then therefore what it means to me. It is a part of nourishment and
Mm.
sustenance for me, which I do not possibly derive from others, is what I'm figuring out.
Mm. That's interesting, Kunal. And yeah, uh, nourishment and sustainability also becomes a part of us, and how and where we get that from. What is it for others? I'm going into myself, seeing different parts of me. Kulwant, do you want to say a little more about it?
Hello.
Hey, hi, Kulwant.
Um, After you said that everyone has different parts of themselves, first thing I
Mm-hmm.
noticed that I went into myself, and the first thing I discovered was me, myself, and I, my connection with things around me,
Uh-huh.
um, the surroundings, the environment, the things just around me. I felt like there's a sort of a, um, hello kind of feeling with about things around me. And then the next thing was me with the people in my life,
Mm.
family members, as a daughter, as a caregiver, as a sister,
Mm.
relationships, family relationships. Then comes my relationship with my partner, um, the coexistence with him.
Mm.
So as a partner. So then comes the thought of my relationship with my colleagues as part of a team working in the office.
Mm.
Then came the image of me as a teacher, trainer, coach, working with people, teaching, doing a bit of training, coaching people who may need some bit of uh, walking through issues. And then came just the earth, me as part of the universe.
Mm.
So these were the images that I got when I went into myself.
Mm.
So
And
I
you
don't know whether
described,
it fits the requirements of the
are you
activity, but
are you happy doing it? Are you happy witnessing yourself in this
it
in
was
these
it was
images?
interesting. Yeah,
And then
it was interesting.
yeah, so it fits. And
Sorry again.
so I said it so it fits. If you're happy and you observed yourself, you witnessed yourself in these different roles that you play, and your connection with the universe, so it fits.
Okay.
It'll be interesting to look at, and maybe you could do it in maybe a poster session or in your spare time. Or what do you think each of these roles, as you play these roles, and they're faced outwards, right? They're faced towards a certain. So if you're a coach, you're a coach to a client. What do you think your
Okay.
clients are telling about you? If you have to list a few adjectives that your clients may speak about you, and a few expectations they may have from you, what would they look like? And list that down.
Okay. So sorry, I wasn't here right from the beginning of your session, so not very sure as to the wholeness of the activity.
Yeah, no problem. No problem.
But when you the moment you mentioned earlier to imagine, that was what I saw. But so basically, what I could do is look at this different relationship and think about the expectations and what people
Yeah.
think of me. Is that right?
Correct. Whatever you think
Okay.
people really talk about you, think of you, what are the adjectives that probably they would give you? Make a note of all of that.
Okay. Based on what I am thinking, am I right? My view of myself, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Okay. I could do that. That'll take time.
That's okay. Any other sharing, Christopher?
Yes, I'm going to
Uh,
go.
Thank you, Ash.
Sorry,
Okay,
my internet. All right.
how I see myself, it all started as being the eldest child,
uh-huh.
uh, where my dad was in the military. All right, that's where I was actually uh, being brought up, a very strict family with discipline, and two younger siblings, a boy and a girl, who now have their own families, and how I grew up in that circle. We have got a small family, all right, just five of us, and that's how it actually shaped me. I actually, from a very young age, wanted to join the military, and I did actually join, and I served the nation for 34 years, and I took early retirement in around 2014. All right, and that actually shaped how I look at life throughout. Okay, from a very grounded person when I was commanding a battalion and so forth, and how I see people. And that's how I came into what I'm doing today as a trainer, as a coach, as well as a facilitator. Uh, Life in the military was not easy, and that's how it kept me and how it actually brought me up today, and how I bring up my children, both my sons, okay, to never uh, hope for anything from anyone but yourself. All right. And this is how I brought up my family. And now they've got their own families, both my sons. So it's just leaving me and my wife alone at home. Okay. And this is how we look at things around us. Uh, it was not easy when we were young. Okay. I've been married to my wife for about 38 years now. Okay. She's got her own job. And when we retired together, we look at things differently. Okay. There's no more children at home. It's just the both of us. So what else can we do? So we are giving back to society in our own way. She is doing her own stuff, dealing with a lot of things dealing with health. And I'm doing what I'm doing as a trainer, as a coach, as well as a facilitator, as well as a wealth creator. Again, helping people to achieve their goals in life. And this is what I do through what I'm doing now through my coaching and facilitation. To keep me grounded at all times, I go back to nature. Okay, some people look at me as an introvert, but when I'm a coach and facilitator, they look at me, hey, you look different. This is how people look at me from the outside. And they said, you are totally different from how you see things. For example, where do I get my strength from? I get my strength from the calmness around me. All right. Even though I do not have a landed property, I'm staying in a condo, but my balcony is full of flowers. Okay. Nice, sweet scented flowers, especially jasmine. I got about 8 or 9 types of jasmines. And this is where I just sit out and just let my thoughts flow out. And this is where I get my inspiration, especially from my posts and my articles on LinkedIn. Okay, a lot of it is from that energy around me. And when I interact with people, when I look at things around me, it can be from anyone. I always feel that I don't learn only from the schools, from universities, from colleges. Nature itself teaches us a lot of things about calmness, about many things. And this is where I get my inspiration from, and this is where I get my strength from. Yeah, yeah.
Christopher, as you're sharing, I'm so grateful that you're so openly sharing about your own life and the struggles and what you've been through, and what you have become as a result of that. I'm also feeling a sort of tenderness, as I hear your story, and a little bit of heaviness when I heard, never hope anything from anyone else. And
Yeah.
I said, oh my God, to myself, and I said, if I have to live that way, how would I feel? So that's what you're sharing is bringing to me in, that's what I'm noticing inside me as you share.
Yeah.
Yes, Gautam.
Yeah. Actually, I was listening to Christopher. Christopher, I used to live in Singapore. So I kind of understand some of your terms like landed property and condo and all that. Maybe many of our people, our Indian colleagues may not know that. But anyway, I think you raised, I was just thinking what to talk about, my reflection. So when you said this, it got me going. I come from a completely non-military family. I mean, my home was very open, very easygoing. My dad was a very do what you want kind of person, don't bother me kind of person. So I was brought up in that environment, and that's why I could probe into many different things, what I wanted to do. I studied what I wanted to study. And you must imagine, I'm talking about 19 late 70s and 80s India, where you were very structured. You have to become a doctor or an engineer or a lawyer or a bank guy or whatever. So I chose to be an engineer, and I became an engineer. So, and I think the openness that my family provided, supportive family. We had siblings and all. I had 3 more siblings, but I was the oldest son. So, and I was allowed to do whatever I want. So that is now completely reflected in my current personality after I heard you serving 38 years in the military, right? So I did complete 43 years of service in the engineering industry, and I've retired in 2025. So now I'm a free bird. I'm also an empty nester like you, 2 of us. And the point is that is bringing me into this coaching thought that the difference between what the world is expecting of you versus what you can do yourself is an interesting dilemma. Not everybody is lucky in that way, that you can choose what you want to do. You can go. I actually moved quite a lot of countries and places. I went from India to Singapore. Now I'm in Canada. So it's pretty early morning for me, guys. 6 o'clock. But I'm trying to say that your point about a background which the family brings you in is such an impact to our own lives and how we go about it. That was one of the realization that I was just seeing what I wrote down for my 7 points, like what Aishwarya asked us to do. The first thing was learner. Second thing was easygoing person. Third thing was enjoying life. I was just thinking of all this, which is kind of different than a traveler, than a mentor, a supportive friend, and finally a humorous person, somebody who can feel good about, make people feel good when you talk. And I think that's an important thing too, right? Well, you have so many challenges. Everybody's frowning, everybody's there. You can get into a situation where you can make people feel good, even for 5 minutes. That's a good thing. Thank you, Christopher. You made me think.
Thank you, Gautam, for that sharing. And, so if you were to look at now all of these parts, the 7 parts that you've written down for yourself, roles, parts, aspects of yourself, from I am, if you want to shift that to I am, for example, I am a psychologist, I am a singer, I am a supportive friend, I am, XYZ, to I am becoming aware of. What we're gently doing here, Ravinder, just give me 1 minute. What we're gently doing here through this exercise is disassociating with the stories, with the aspects of ourselves, disidentifying with them, and becoming aware of them. Not cutting them off, but just becoming aware of them, becoming a witness to it. Witness to self. So take a few minutes and write down against those parts that you've mentioned for yourself, I am to I am becoming aware of. For example, Kunal, I am becoming aware of my need for nourishment through XYZ, exercises or activities. Gautam, sorry, not Gautam, somebody dropped off. Christopher, you had something to say, or sorry, Ravinder, you had something to say.
Very good evening, everyone. I see
Good
that
evening.
most of us are either trainers, coaches, and psychologists here. Now, first, let me say what I am. And I've also written down what I'm aware of, or I'm slowly becoming aware of what I have been going through. Now, first thing is that what I wrote is that I am Ravindra. And what I am, the first thing that comes to my mind is that I always aspire to inspire others. Yes, that is something that I've always been talking about. Why? Because I am an altruistic person, one who not only likes to lead, but also either pulls or pushes everyone who is with me to where I am. So that has always been a part of me, and everyone who knows me, either in my group, my friends, they all know me that because I like to actually lead them. And if I am put in a position to lead, and I will always make sure that everyone goes together to achieve whatever goals that we have set. That is me. And the first thing that came to me next is I'm a father of 3 children. And I wish to say here that I'm a father of 3 children when I've just lost my most beautiful princess, my second child. And I still feel that she is part of me. She is always with me, which is why I kept saying that I have 3 children. The one thing that I thought is that I was always putting my children as my priority, giving them all that they wanted, beyond whatever that I wanted. Because for me, it is always them first, my children first. And I would always even travel 80 to 90 kilometers a day to fetch them from school, sending them back home, and then going back to work and everything, because I'm when I was just a single parent, and I loved my second daughter so much, and not knowing that when she was already grown up, I was actually, because she was thinking that I was not giving her enough time. And I was actually thinking that she is already grown up. She is very independent. She's standing on her own feet. She has got someone to care for her. And I gave her all the freedom, and I was so feeling so relaxed that she is already so successful, yet not knowing that she is actually missing me. She goes to work in the morning and then comes back late at night. But the first thing that she will, before she comes back home, is that she will message me and say, "Papa, what do you want for dinner?" And I miss that so much now. And I was actually thinking that she is just coming back home for me. But the thing is that I was actually doing my things, my work and everything. And she didn't have that much of time. And I feel really guilty about that. And when things happened recently and she has to be taken away, I blamed all the God that I have actually been praying to you until now. I couldn't just come back to terms because I was actually praying every day, putting my daughter first. And suddenly, when she was just going to the hospital, just walking to the hospital, and then just because of some things that went wrong in the hospital itself, and she had to leave me. And the last few words that she said, "Appa, I'm afraid, please be with me." And those words are just ringing on my ears till now. And that's one thing that is making me aware that I am actually not paying that. I have not been paying that much of attention to my daughter. My son is away, is in JB, and my Johor Bahru, it's about 500 kilometers from where I am. The other daughter is also there. So I'm just staying on my own. But I've come to terms that even though at times I feel like I need someone to talk to, and I've actually felt lonely, but now I've come to terms that, well, if the universe, or if my life has got to be alone, then let it be. So what? I can actually do things freely on my own. And let me tell you all this. This thing happened right from the time I was born. Imagine, I was born in a family of 10 children, only to stand at the age of 1 year old as the eldest in the family. Imagine that. Okay. I don't know what happened to my 8 other siblings, but I was the eldest at the age of 1 year old. So that made me feel the independence, that I was actually there, but there was no one there for me. So I grew up learning and understanding, listening to my father. And that actually shaped me to what I am today. And I'm actually a nature lover. Yes, I love nature and I love the greeneries. And whenever I feel like I need to release stress or relax, I would just go to somewhere where there is a lot of greeneries or jungle or forest or something like that. I like the smell of the tree. And then, I would just feel like, touching a big tree, stand by there, and then calm water. I like sea, ocean. Yes, I love them. I like to sit near the beach, on the beach, and then, admiring the waves and everything. But believe me, I don't like rough seas because my life has always been rough. But I like calm water. And when I see calm water, at least at night, I just love that sceneries, and I would just be there. And I really work hard to achieve whatever goals that I set. And I always challenge myself because you see, when I like to inspire others, I tell myself that I've got to be motivated enough. And if I want to guide someone, if I want to lead someone, I will always make sure that I know something, because that is what I have been taught right from the time I started my journey in my workforce. So I challenge myself. And if everything has to be done, then I challenge myself to push myself to make sure that it is done at the shortest time frame, so that I can prove and inspire others that it can be done, that it is not impossible. So whatever that can be done, it can be done. So that is me. I'm a clinical hypnotherapist, and then I do my best to motivate or to help people. And I'm sure you all know what a clinical hypnotherapist does. So we don't actually, advise people or tell people what to do, but we listen. And I like to help them to have a nice, peaceful sleep. That is what I love to do. So uh, that's something about me. And I love to read, but I don't have time to read. So what I do is I listen to audiobooks, and I'm always a learner. And when I learn, I share, and I don't hold back whatever that I learned and keep it to myself. I'm not a selfish type. Even if I have to give something as a tip that can actually counter me back, I don't care, but I will just share. So this is what I do. And that has actually taken me to, well, people recognize me, to recognize me, and as a leader. And everywhere I go, I get respect, and I am respected for what I am. I'm a Toastmaster, a division director, and then I travel throughout the world. I just got back from Europe, and
Ravindra, sorry,
yeah.
just 1 minute. I just want to take permission from the group. I know we're over time. We're already at 6:50. I will take 15 more minutes to close the session. So just wanted to keep everyone updated of the time that we are holding. Okay.
Okay,
Go ahead,
I'm done,
Ravindra.
ma'am. So I think I'm always, whenever that I achieve something, or when I'm really flying high, something, or probably the universe itself wants me to come back to the ground, and make sure that my feet is on the ground. So when you were telling me that, okay, the bell rings, you go open the door, the first thing that came to my mind is that I wish somehow, I don't know whether this is positive, negative, I don't know, but I was actually thinking that, what if my daughter is standing there coming back? And that was actually what I felt. So I'm sorry if this is a little bit, something sad, or what, that I've been sharing and bringing you all down. But this is me. So but surprisingly, I'm not a humor person, but I crack a lot of jokes and make everyone happy when I'm stressed. I don't know how I do that. And people tell me that you have a sense of humor, that you can actually make everyone smile, everyone happy. But I don't know how I do that. But that happens when I'm really stressed. So that's me. Thank you. Over to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ravindra. Witnessing the loving, doting father in you has really touched me, and it's staying in my heart at this moment. I'm also noticing as a group, there seems to be a polarity between independence and nourishment on how, I think most of us brought out how independent we are, and, how we like to do our things, by ourselves, and, push ourselves, and so on and so forth. And that, the aspect of nourishment, missing somebody, wanting to see them at the door, nourishment through an activity, nourishment through going and seeing, the wild, or, having jasmine around you, or whatever that may be for each one of us. So there seems to be this, polarized parts of ourselves, which probably needs some kind of meeting someday. And so what we are coming at also is the aspects that you listed down about yourself through this exercise, your stories, your own individual, aspects, thoughts, beliefs, values, what made you who you are today, etc., are a part of your empirical ego or empirical identity. What is an empirical identity? If I have to give you an analogy of mirror and yourself, everything that reflects onto the mirror, everything that gets projected onto the mirror, everything that you see socially gets constructed because of the way you've been brought up, what has shaped you in your life, etc., is your empirical ego or your empirical identity. The other aspect is something that Kulwant very briefly touched upon, is her connection to the universe, which is the transcendental identity. It is the identity that goes beyond the roles you carry or you play, beyond the adjectives you carry about yourself, beyond the values, beliefs, etc., that you held for yourself, which has shaped you in this current moment and which is shaping you. Who are you beneath all of these layers? When you peel all of these layers one by one, including certain emotions you hold like guilt, shame, doubt, etc., etc. Who are you beneath all of these things is your transcendental identity, the soul part of you. Okay, so that's just the description of what exercise we did, and I'm going to conclude that as well. I'm going to quickly share my screen for a presentation right now. Since this is the ICF session where okay, just give me a minute. Can you see my screen? Okay. Here are the competencies that have been listed under evoking awareness. So the definition really says the facilitates clients' insights and learning by using tools and techniques such as powerful questioning, silence, metaphor, or analogy. And then there are 8 other competencies, 8 other sub-competencies that have been listed, which talks about, so what we did today, the exercise we did today was the who part of it. If you look at the second competency, coach asks questions to help the client explore beyond the client's current thinking or feeling to new or expanded ways of thinking or feeling about themselves, the who. And then we move to the what. What else describes you? What kind of energy you put into each of these aspects of you. Of course, we didn't touch upon the outcome or the desires or who you want to become, but that would be the next step, basically. So we're looking at the who of you today in the session and the what of the who you have become. Any thoughts, any of these sub-competencies that stand out for you in your practice as a coach? Yes, Gautam.
What I found was that with a lot of experience comes, and also the intent to help people becomes a conflict between, not a conflict, but a kind of a very hard task to stay a coach than a mentor. That we start providing solutions, and because that's what we've been doing for almost like so many years, giving people solutions, right? But the fact that I found in this context that the who is a hard thing to pull out, because even I myself struggle with who I am, right? Because if we think we are our job or we are our past, or that becomes I think that's limiting in a way. And that's what is the realization I'm having. So my challenge now is to stay consciously detached and not start providing solutions, because clearly solutions that work for me might not work for the coachee, because they have to find their own solution. We have to help them to find it. I thought that was the realization I had.
Evoking awareness begins when identity loses its grip. So every time we are ready to move from I am this to I am becoming aware of this, we are loosening the grip of our identity, which is combined, a combination of our past, etc., the cultural identity, the place we live in, society, the social constructs we hold, values, beliefs, etc., that comes into play. Okay. To quickly close the session, the exercise that we did today was from James Bugental's Meditative Disidentification. You can read up on the internet about this. And what Bugental's core move is about shifting from I am this to I am becoming aware of this. So that's exactly what we tried to do towards the end. What he says is identity is not erased, it's held in awareness. So you're not going to erase and cut off parts of you. That's not the idea of the exercise. But can you become aware of the parts of you, the various parts of you that is operating at different points in time as a role, in your own role as a hypnotherapist, as a coach, whatever you play for your, as an external facing. Awareness becomes the primary stance. The coach moves from actor to witness. Can you move from doing to simply witnessing what's going on in your surrounding in the room? I am not my role. I am the one who is aware of playing this role. Any closing thoughts with quick learnings from what you pick up from this session?
I would like to say
Aishwarya,
something.
Yes,
go
please.
ahead, Christopher. I'll go after you.
Okay, a quick one. I think the most important thing here is when as coaches, when we have a coachee that's in front of us, I think the thing that invokes thing is the trust that we build at the early stages of that session itself. And how I see you do it is to bring this all of us to actually speak out our hearts, and that's not easy. Okay, you use metaphors, you use stories, you use life experiences. It is not easy in just a I would say a click of your fingers and everything just comes. It's not that easy, because as a coachee, we need to trust the coach before he or she actually opens up. And what we have done here, or you have done specifically, is to invoke that. All right. I think that's very, very important. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Christopher.
Yeah, so what I wanted to share is that, based on personal experience and experience with my coaches as well, our mind plays games and we think what we are, but often it is disconnected with the reality of behaviors that we demonstrate. And we are actually the behaviors, not what we think we are. And that's where I had a challenge engaging with one of my coaches where it was about focus and commitment. And in the coaching conversation, the coachee was not really focused. They were going all over the place, also checking messages in between during the conversation. And I verbalized that I basically used our process intervention and called out, this is what I'm observing, which actually led the person into a defensive state, which was, a folly of me. But I think calling out this in a manner of observation, of an awareness, changes the script. And my learning here is if I were to observe this disparity between what person thinks they are as against what they're demonstrating in their behavior, my articulation might be in the form of I'm becoming aware in this moment that this is how you are being. And
Or
how does that
presenting.
possible? Yeah. And how does that land on you? Maybe something like that. That's what I'm picking up on.
Absolutely. So what you're bringing as an aspect here is identity and reputation. So identity is what I think I am, the roles I play, etc., all about what I feel, I am doing or behaving, or etc. And reputation is how others see me doing whatever I'm doing. And therefore, is there a gap, or, what is there to explore in that? Okay, thank you, Kunal. Okay, Prachi says, thanks, Aishwarya. I've been able to listen today and not participate. Thank you, Prachi, for coming in. Love to have you here. Any other thoughts before we close the session? Or quick one thing that you pick up?
I think the last thing you said was interesting, identity versus reputation. And I think we kind of reflect the reputation on us, that if somebody told this is that and all. So to stay away from it and truly get into who we are and bring it to the table, I think that's an interesting challenge. I was thinking this through, and that's something to be worked on. Interesting. Thank you. This was a kind of a eye-opening, little bit more eye-opening session. Let's put it that way.
Thank you, Gautam. If you want to read a little more about identity and reputation, Hogan, just go for, look at Hogan assessments, and, they very clearly distinguish between the two of them. So that's the place you can read it. All right. Kulwant, do you have anything to say?
From today's session, I saw the 9 masteries, the flow, the attentive listening, the silence, the repeating of what we said, the building of trust because there was no judgment, the rounding up, and then also the suggestion at the end on what we can go and read on, etc. So very calm, peaceful. Thank you.
Thank you, Kulwant. I'm flattered.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And thank you, Charlene, for dropping in the message in the chat. All right, without taking too much of your time, thank you so much for coming in. I know this was a last-minute message sent to a lot of you, and still you guys showed up. I'm really touched, and I'm feeling very happy for having prepared for this session and, showing up. So thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.